Hey guys, Claude here, and I want to show you a couple harmonization patterns. You may know these, you may not. They're pretty cool. So I'm going to show you that, and also a cool concept that you can use. So this guitar is tuned down half a step, so I apologize if it's hard to follow along, but I'm going to try to make it easy. I'm going to play this in B flat, so for me it's B flat on the fretboard. It's going to sound like A for you. So just move everything back one fret if I talk about frets. So here's the first pattern. It's like just a little, basically harmonizing the Mixolydian scale in thirds. So you can make all kinds of riffs out of these. Remember, the rhythm is always important, so you got to get the groove. Now you could use these like lots of ways to do it. You could play the string separately. But basically this is just like my third and fifth. So this would be this would be the 7th fret, 6th fret. Again, if you're just standard tuning, just move it down one fret. And this is 8th fret, and then 10th, 9th. Okay, so you might know that one. Here's another cool one. This is like a 3-string pattern using the A string, D string, and G string. So it's like a little triad there, major triad. So this would be, I'll just name the frets that I'm seeing. You can move them down one fret, but this would be like 8th fret, 7th. And then I have 10th fret, 8th fret, 8th fret. And then I have 11th, 10, 10. So what I'm doing, basically, I'm just starting from the lowest chord and just walking up and back. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of, again, a 2-bar riff where I'm just playing quarter notes on the way up and then sustaining the last one for the second bar. So 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and. Same thing with this. And often you can fill in that last part with some other note. So instead of just letting that ring out, you can even just hit the notes in the chord. Something like that. So those are cool. 2 cool patterns you can use. When you play it through a 12-bar blues, you know, you can just move it up. And so on. But the concept I want to tell you about is just the idea of kind of using these other voicings as kind of in-between voicings. And I talked about this in the bonus lessons a little bit in my new course. But basically, let's just take this pattern, for example. If you analyze what's going on here, this is like your 3rd and 5th of your dominant chord. In my case, B flat or A. And then this one is the 5th and 7th. That's that cliche kind of. So the reason both of these riffs work so well is they're all chord tones, okay? So the concept is basically to think of these other chords kind of as like passing notes or passing chords. If I'm in this key and I just play this, it just kind of sounds a little bit out of place by itself. Or it could imply going to the 4 chord. Neither of those are what we want. We just kind of want it to sound like part of the tonality. So notice it just connects. So we're not going to necessarily start on this or end on it, but it kind of fits in. Notice it resolves back to the chord. Or you could resolve up. You know? Either way, or anything else. Just play the chord. anyway, that's kind of how you can start using the entire Mixolydian scale as opposed to just your chord stuff. Notice it adds a lot of color there, but you don't stay on those chords. You just go back to your chord. So I hope that was clear. I go over this in more detail in my new course called Solo Blues Evolution in the bonus lessons section. But in that course, I spent a lot of time just going over the just the basic 1-4-5 arpeggios, chords, and riffs, and so on. So I feel like that's a good foundation. Really master the 1-4-5, then you can throw in those other connecting chords. So let me know what you think, and we'll talk soon.